Okay, here we are. Just checking. Okay, I am everywhere. How is it going? All right, how's it going, people? Check and see. Can't tell if okay, well, the announcement came. All right. So, it's been a bit tough. You'll notice that I didn't have my typical announcement an hour before. That's because I wasn't entirely sure what I was going to. You stream for people who don't live in your time zone. Yeah, kind of. Honestly, I felt like I felt like I want to do a different time slot because that's a little bit too far. That's a little better, I think. Um, I've considered doing a different time slot. It's just I have very limited time to actually get on streams. Um, because, you know, I thought I might get more engagement that way. But, you know, it's fine. We got people. Hi, Aaron. Um, where's my. Yeah. Okay, so. Anyway, I wasn't entirely sure what I was going to do today because I'm still in a sort of weird in between uh, where like there's something coming up that's not quite finished, and meanwhile, so I don't really want to dive into the next stage for Sylvan yet. Um, so I was thinking about doing Daggerheart, but like I had not researched. I haven't looked at the rules recently. Also, I'm kind of anxious about doing Daggerheart because I don't feel like I understand their creator license as well as D&D and Draw Steel. Um, like everybody knows that the D&D SRD is Creative Commons. That's easy. And then Draw Steel does not have a standard Creative Commons license, but their license is very simple and it's perpetual and all that. But like the Darrington Press one is just kind of, I'm gonna have to read through the legalese of it and see what I'm allowed to do. But we had a lot of fun the last two streams doing Draw Steel Incantations, and you know, each of the classes has tons of abilities, I think we can still just kind of go on with the Elementalist on stream and get like 4 or 5 more abilities, and it still won't be going through the whole class. So that's what I'm going to do. Um, but before we get to that, where's my? Okay, I need to set up my scenes better. Um, by the way, um, I realized I did the past 2 streams with the wrong branding, so I fixed that today. We have the Draconic branding rather than the Sylvan. We'll hopefully I will remember to set it back when it's time to do the other. Hey Tinguish, how you doing? Yeah. So the before I get that, this is something about Sylvan. If you are a patron, I highly encourage you to go check out the page because I have a new poll up. It's going to be up for 3 weeks, which I believe by that time I will be returning back to Sylvan and working on it. But this is an idea that's been rolling around in my mind for a while. Um, okay. Um, my original plan for Sylvan was that I would create these 4 dialects and I'd make a koine of those 4 dialects, and that would be the spellcasting language. But over time, this has made less and less sense to me because, number one, I don't know if Faye would do that. Um, uh, because, like, I mean, they might have some compromised dialect, but they probably have a very strong identity with their court and try to maintain using their own dialect, right? It's, oh, oh, Aaron is moving in. Oh, the freshmen are moving in at your university. Hi, Aaron. Okay. Anyway, so I I'm not 100% sure like Faye would respond to a koine as a spellcasting language, right? And also, there's some fun ideas you can think about, like different spells using different dialects, right? So, my thought was I don't necessarily want to work with all 4 of them at once. Maybe I could eventually expand and do the day and night ones, but the twilight dialects, dawn and dusk, would be the ones that mortals interface with most. My idea is that a lot of fairy lore, at least modern fairy lore, talks about eternal twilight in the fairy realm or something like that, right? And also, there's this discussion of like fairies existing in liminal spaces. So it makes sense to me that dawn and dusk would be, if not dominant in fairy, then they would be the ones that mortals have the most contact with, the ones that the druids have the most contact with. So my alternative to the koine, and if you're a patron, you can go and vote. If you're seeing this for the first time and you're not a patron, well, I mean, it only costs $1 to go vote. Um, there's, yeah. Hi, Madeline. Oh, okay. Madeline's going to a Ren fair. um, So you can choose the original plan, uh, or we can do this and we can go develop out Dawn and Dusk dialects more. And they share a lot of features, so it won't be um, that difficult. And like we'll just go from there and do Dawn and Dusk. We'll do 2 different orthographies for them based on the same script. They'll be using basically the same script, just in slightly different ways for orthography. And then like we'll go from there. And when I'm doing my spells, there will be some spells that use a dawn incantation and some spells that use a dusk incantation, and some spells might actually have both. But anyway, that's the poll. You got a while to think about it, but do, if you're a patron, do come to the page. While I'm on the Patreon page, this is still open. If people want to claim an animal or a plant species to attach their name on Sylvan, so in Sylvan, so that's another bit you can do. But let's go back to our main event. Let's just go make some more incantations for Draw Steel, because I am really liking it. Let's see. So where were we? So we did Viscous Fire last time. That was the last one we did, which I believe is level 1. That's in the heroic abilities. The 3 essence heroic abilities. Where is it? Oh no, it's a signature ability. So we haven't gotten any of the heroic abilities yet. So let's move on to that. So this is going to be, these are getting into more powerful abilities that cost you. Every class in Draw Steel has a heroic resource. Yeah. That you can spend for more powerful abilities, and you gain this resource in some way every round. And then there's like theme to the class, there's different things that can cause you to gain your resource. So for the Elementalist, it's essence, and so these abilities that cost essence are going to be more powerful. So this is a void ability. This is one of the ones. So you open a rift into the void to harry your foes. Okay. It's magic range void. It's a main action spell, so we can have some fun with a larger thing. It's a 3 cube, so this is multiple enemies, and it's a power roll. You can get psychic damage, and then at the start of your turn, you can use a maneuver to use this ability again without spending essence. So once again, like the flavor text is kind of vague. This is another stylistic difference I have noticed in the writing of Draw Steel versus the writing of Dungeons and Dragons, because in Dungeons and Dragons there are these loving descriptions of what happens in the world for each spell. But Draw Steel kind of leaves it up to you a little bit. There's just a vague suggestion of what's going on, right? And I kind of like that. It gives players a chance to like describe how their spell works. You know. Okay. I think that's better. Okay. So, here's what we got. Let's see. So what I am imagining happening here is it's psychic damage. So initially I was thinking that it's like a black hole, but no. This is psychic damage. So this is doing something inside people's minds, right? Now, I have an idea. So, let's see. Obsidian. Yeah. I just recently, for reasons that will come apparent, created a word for void in Ndăkaga. It's actually, so it's empty, and the id suffix, which is like a thing that's related, vaguely related. I was torn between this and the g suffix, which is like it's like English nest, but it kind of the get really predisposes to like the quality of something, whereas the id suffix is more for like a tangible thing. So I felt like if I'm going to refer to the void, then the id suffix makes more sense to me. Uh, just to give you a thought, an idea of my thought process when I'm coining words like this. There's not really any right answers. Words go like weird, crazy ways all the time. But that's what made sense to me. Oh. There's something. Anyway, okay. So I think we're going to use this ubit, and I'm gonna actually go kind of poetic on this, which is not typical for Ndăkaga, but this is like a psychic damage spell that's opening up something to the void. I feel like it's so my thought here is you may not actually see anything if you're not in the spell radius, in within range of the spell effect in this case. What I'm thinking is that void elementalists have a lot of mental abilities, um, like focused on the mind, more so than the other elementalists. Probably not so much as like the psionic classes. So I'm gonna lean into that, And I'm gonna say, let's say, Ubid if. Um, Ubid if. Agu. And this is what you're going to say the first time you use this. But I mean, I could like opening a doorway to the void is another thing I could do. But I think going more poetic might be the right choice here. Agu. No, let's do Irrealis. So Agu. So do I want to do a second person, or do I want to do a third person? I have not thought. Oh, I got to think about different grammar now. So I'm thinking about what do you do for impersonal reference? So there are two ways to do this in English. Um, an impersonal reference is where you use a pronoun of some kind to refer to people in general, not any specific person or group of people. There's the two ways to do this in English is you can just use a second person pronoun. So let's just use the English translation of what I'm trying to do. So if you look into the void, or you can, it's a little bit like fancy, but some people might say if one looks into the void, which I think maybe that example will make people understand more clearly what I'm doing. Is like one here is not referring to like a specific person in the world, where pronoun, the way a pronoun would usually do. One is referring to in general if a person looks into the void, right? Whereas the you and then the you in this sentence is also doing that. It's not literally you. It's people call it general you. Sometimes this causes arguments among English speakers because most people use this every day and then get confused. People get confused. But anyway, we want to do impersonal reference. So do I want to go with a second person or a third person reference? I'm thinking I think I'm thinking to do third person, but I'm gonna see if I can quickly get like yeah, okay, one, yeah, yeah. So Okay, that's not helpful because I don't have gender. Just let me see. The interrogatives, that's a thought. So, gee. Actually, that could... So, I'm gonna go look up one. Yeah, I don't know if I necessarily need a pronoun. I just kind of want to... So, if we go to the translations... we need to go to the pronoun. Where's the pronoun? Yeah. So you get a lot of languages that just use one, but that's because... Oh, okay. Measure words. So Mandarin, you use classifiers, or you can have an adjective with a d, and so you like you know, Melida, beautiful ones. So there's not really a... Mandarin is not super generic. G. If you just use the generic classifier, G. Let's go look at these. So if you go... That's definitely just one, right? Being or a body? Yeah. So this Malay one can be an article um, or a conjunction. Yeah. Let's go. This is just the numeral one. Okay. Okay, here is Polish one. Indeterminate personal pronoun, indefinite personal pronoun, someone. So they use a someone, which using an interrogative. So Polish is similar to what you suggested. Nech. Okay, so Scottish Gaelic uses being, person, body, individual. That's possible. What is... Okay. The, this, that. Moja 1. Order, rank, sort, type, category. Ooh. Thing. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. There's some category sort. That's a good one to think about. Man, a person. So I don't think I want to go with person because, like, their default for a person would be dragons, and then the wizards probably wouldn't use that. One can. Ren. Yeah. 一个人. 一个人. Yeah, that's I've heard that. Yeah. So I feel like if we want to do a something generic, then it's kind of between somebody. I think your idea of using so G means who or what. Ubi needs aguji ubichiji. Right. Ubit if aguji ubichiji. And then G kind of becomes a variable here. G agu ubi if ubichiji. This is very unusual for... This is not my typical style for Ndăkaga, but I feel like it fits this spell. So let's go ahead and... So ubid if aguji ubichu chuji G agu ubid if ubichu G. Wow, this is all hard. This is all hard words. It's not typical. Okay. And so the we'll do the gloss here. So void the from, so it's and this is how you construct to see is what. So G means what or who. What 3C Irrealis. I'm gonna, it's not typical, so I'm gonna actually add ing on here. So ing. What from void the 3C We'll just call it ing. So if one looks into the void, let's capitalize void. The void can look back. I want to use void here because I think it's more evocative for this particular use than dream, right? Yeah. No, I think so. The way I imagine this is in this sentence, the void what the G is being used as like a variable that like whoever does this happens to them. Um, uh, just a quick explanation for people who have not like followed Ndăkaga before. This is the way you construct a lot of verbs of perception. Ichi to see and dag to hear. Both of them are intransitive, taking a complement with this agu, or they can take different post positions, and it affects the meaning. But generally, just the passive see. Actually, now that I think about that, so let's look up ichi. I think, okay, I'm going to go with agu for the first clause because you're kind of forcing them to look at it. No, I think we'd do ba for both. So it would actually ubit if ba ji ubi chuji. Ubit if ba ji ubi chuji. Ji agi ubit if ubi chuji in. Ji ba ubit if ubi chuji in. It's ba. So that's 2. So it's like see from is passive. I see something. C2 is actually look at something. It's the look at or watch. Mm-hmm. The void. I would say the void may look back. So ang has several different uses. So I'm just using the modal here because it's weird to have a main clause with just irrealis. I forgot to put irrealis in the clause here. So that is for behold the mystery. And this, my God, I'm just tempted to, for this one, I am tempted to just translate the title, but I don't think I'm going to do that. Hey, did I not copy this? If I'm having trouble with copy paste, it's because my new job gave me a Mac, and I am struggling with like going between 2 different ways of doing keyboard shortcuts to copy paste. because I just plugged this keyboard in. I have to use my special keyboard. Okay. That's not why how did I not copy it? Several I know that I pressed it. Okay. Let's get this. It's not it's just not copying for some reason. Oh, come on. It's okay, so the copy function is just suddenly not available from this PDF. It's I have now it works. I had the wrong tool selected. Why is it bold suddenly? Okay, that's so weird. What happened there? Okay, so we've got the flesh, a crucible. You see why I kind of want to just translate that. Fire engulfs your target and continues to churn. So, it looks like there's sort of a theme of this. So you have ranged, you get fire damage, a lot of fire damage, and it is persistent if the target is within distance at the start of your turn. You can make a power roll again without spending essence. No action required. So here, it's pretty clear what's happening. You have set somebody on fire. And like you have the ability to maintain the spell. As long as you maintain the spell, they will continue to be on fire and taking damage from the fire. I definitely need to figure out what's going on with my interface. But anyway, so the flesh a crucible. That's what I'm seeing is that this is the spell where you set somebody on fire and they continue burning for as long as you want. It's also one creature or object, so you can set stuff on fire. So let's just quickly take a look at our other fire spells because there's kind of I don't want to just repeat stuff. Yeah, and where is explosive assistance? Let's this. So viscous fire I already did like okay, this the fire is propelling you, so that's why there's an itive suffix. So we can still use burn. I feel like all the fire spells are gonna have like a similar thing. think. So let's look up burn, because there's weird hack to burn. And this is a single target. Yeah, single target. So hack. Um so file. Okay. Need new structure again. Because what I want to say is something like, you will burn while I will it, or something like that. Okay. Let's see. Let's look at our post positions. Because that's something. Yeah. Now I have something because Ndăkaga. No. Yeah. So up in. Actually, share. Yes, I want to use share for this. Want. Yeja. To wish for something, to hope for something. Let's say. So Guyetjishe Tahag. So it's like, in my wanting it, you burn. Tahagaji Eek. So this is Irrealis, but you have the must. Yes, I like this. I like this. So Giyajabaji. Yeah. Want 3. This is transitive. It has to be. Right. Right. Oh yeah, Giyajabaji. Yeah. Giyajabaji she. Tahagaji. Eek. In. 2. Burn. Irrealis. Must. Or in this case, it translates better as will, right? Well, I will it. You will burn. Let's get the Epigengid. Yeah, ja, j, she, ta, ha, g, j, eek. Ga yajabaji she, ta, ha, g, eek. Ga yajabaji she, ta, ha, g, eek. So, while I will it, you will burn. Let's see if this helps. Okay, so invigorating growth. Mushrooms erupt from a foe, sapping their vitality to spread strengthening spores. So, okay, this is This is a more powerful version of another spell. Okay? So we need to figure out how to handle that. Okay. So, poison damage rather than corruption damage. Why is that? This is green. Mushrooms cover the target's body. While the mushrooms are on the target, you and an ally adjacent to the target gain 1 surge whenever the target takes damage. The mushrooms can be removed by the target or an adjacent creature as a main action. Okay, so this is not one. This is not one that the caster is sustaining, which is good. That's interesting. So, how are we going to do mushrooms? So mushrooms cover the target's body. So this is not the same as what was it? What was the as this afflict a bountiful decay? I thought it was, but actually this is healing, whereas this is like this is a buff. And then we can take a quick look. So, okay, so mushrooms are decomposers. And what do decomposers do? They take the strength of one thing and give it to something else, which is what is happening here. They're not actually decomposing anything. It's do I have words for fungus or mushrooms? I don't know if I want to use mushroom, the word mushroom, in either. Realize also that I need to fix this. Parasite. Yeah, this is a parasite. Yeah, these are parasitic mushrooms. I mean, sure, they're going to have words for mushrooms. Yeah, let's go ahead and make a word for mushroom. Let's go make a word for mushroom. Let's, first of all, let's not be hasty and just make a rude. Let's take a look at Wiktionary mushroom. So, from Middle English, musharon, from England, musharon. Probably derived from Old French, moss. Interesting. That's an interesting thought to derive it from moss. Displaced Old English swam, which referred to both mushrooms and sponges. Are there freshwater sponges? Oh, okay. I don't know how much dragons know about that. Soten. So, Soten, you're asking, conceptually, would speakers treat mushrooms differently from plants? Now, if this were Sylvan, I would say absolutely yes, because they have like preternatural knowledge of the natural world. They know that fungi are a completely different thing from plants. For the speakers of Ndăkaga, which is dragons and then later wizards, I don't know if they think of them that way. Each. It's just I'm not entirely sure. Um, so let's talk about uh why does that happen? Okay. Fungo. Maybe let's actually get the word for. Wait, let's actually see fungus. Fungus. Let's go to fungus. Originally fungus. Interesting. Oh, interesting. Yeah. Okay, something that sprouts out of the dead. That's a thought. Although, actually not thinking about doing a derived term now because of this. So this sponge and fungus connection is intriguing to me. Okay. Um, Chinese dish is mushroom. Let's just go and like look at a few different. There's quite a lot of words. Okay, that doesn't tell me anything. It just means mushroom. It just means mushroom or fungus. Um, let's go clicks. Concepts. See if they have mushroom. Yeah, they have mushroom. Okay. Uh, they don't have any info maps for this. So what I want to know. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna make a route for this. I don't... Now, even though... Okay, let's just generate 10 words. Go. Intru... okay, let's see what these turn into. Okay. No, that's not right. Chungus, Chungus and Trug. We got some cool ones. Agung. Okay. I have several great options here. Let me get my straw poll ready. And we're going to... What is our word for mushroom? And get the wrong thing. Okay. Agung. I think... I think these three, and this is not Ntrug, it's Ntrug. I must have never, like, made a proper rule about that, but these should be homorganic. Um, and we'll do a ranking poll. Just 3 options. And I will give you until nine. Give you 10 minutes. 9:25. Great poll. Share this. And there we go. And I will watch the results. What is this? So Ntrig, so Ntrig, Chungus, or Agung. 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 It would be Agung. Okay. Shachibi. Take. Oh, we'll just go with Ache. Yeah. Oh, come on. We got one vote. We got to get more of that. Oh. T- T- we get give? Go back to give. Okay. And then okay, we ended up with Trug, so Trug and okay, and we'll go ahead and record this in the dictionary. Suggestions for things to translate. Okay. So, however, I'm very intrigued by this. I'm going to use that. Actually, serpentine. I'll just have to make a note to do that. To take care of that later. Okay. Trug. But so Trug in the Shachbibe. Ngach Ngachube. Agi Tiuba. Ngibinge. Ngibinge. Okay. And that is mushroom, ergative, plural, strength, accusative, 3 plural, steel, 3 from, other, plural, 2 3 plural. Give 3 plural. So, rooms steal strength to give it to others. It's kind of on the nose, but that's fine. Let's put it in the epigengid. Shachibibe. Agu. Ti. Ba. Be Gibinge Trugen Shachibibe Ngachibe Agiti Gibinge. There we go. So what is your question there? Suggestions for things for me to translate? Suggestions for you? I'm gonna save these words. I'm actually going to create a new note that is to use later. There's a lot of things. I actually suggest translating stories. Let me. So there is like a list of like sentences to test grammar. However, I feel that with the additional context of a story, it can or a longer text, it can help. Some standards that people have done are let's see, some common texts that people have done. The North Wind of the Sun. Hi.
Daddy, now I have 2 Peppa Pigs because I bought this one from the Dollar Tree.
I know.
And this one is from the Dollar Tree too because we didn't have any Peppa Pigs at home.
Okay. Okay. So North Wind and the Sun. That's an Aesop fable. The Universal Declaration of human rights. That's kind of fits more if you have a more modern language or a language that would have concepts of like human rights and such. And let's see. Um, and the Babel text. People used to do Babel text all the time. And if you want to, this is the story of the Tower of Babel. Let me actually, it might be helpful to get the actual biblical reference. So, of Babel. Babel. Here we go. Yes, so it is. It is, yeah. That is Genesis 11, 1 through 9. I got just pulled up this, right? So that's ones that people used to use a lot. But really anything can be done. I wrote one. I wrote a story some time ago for Conlayery, but I don't like suggest it to people anymore because it had stuff that doesn't need to be in just a translation text. And I kind of regret writing the story that I did for that test. I have actually had in my mind to like put out a bunch of stories that I wrote originally that I would write for people to use as translation tests, but I have never gotten around to like finishing that and publishing it. But so really anything can be you can use as a translation, like stories, short texts, all kinds of things. Just whatever you're interested in, go translate it. Okay. Do we have time for more? I think. Let's go back to this and. Yep, it didn't copy. Ripples in the earth. Like a stone was dropped into a pond, waves in the earth radiate from you. Okay. Two bursts each enemy in the area. So this is basically a small earthquake, right? You must be touching the ground to use this ability. Additionally, you can choose a square of ground in the area that is unoccupied or is occupied by you or any ally. A pillar of earth rises out of the ground in that square with a height in squares up to your reason score. The pillar can't collide with any creatures or objects. Nor can it force creatures raised by it to collide with other creatures or objects. Okay. Okay. So this is so okay, so this is an additional thing, right? You can raise up a pillar as part of this spell. But hmm, let's think here. So let's take a look at the other earth abilities that I've done so that we don't. So this I strike you with the strength of the earth because this one was not. This is a melee one. You just punch people, right? Breath of Dawn, remember. Motivate Earth. The Earth obeys me. That's simple enough. Right. Yeah, the Earth obeys me. And so my initial thought is like um make the earth flow like water. However, the pillar the pillar is a different situation. Makes me think I want something different. I am not sure. A bit. I think that the ripples are still the most important thing. I'm going to look ahead at other Earth abilities. Uh, okay. Yes. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. And now, how do I say like? Okay, I think just way. This also just means way, and then yeah, let's do that. I'm going to Why? I didn't mean to make a folder. Okay, chicken shit. It's not from the prefix J. It's just okay. Yeah. Chicken shit. Chicken shit. Chicken shit. Chicken shit. Chicken shit. I guess I may need to start using tie bars. I didn't realize that. Okay. Sort of an adverbial thing. Low. Oh, I don't have a word for flow. Let's actually go back to. It's a little bit late to do a whole poll and everything, so let's actually go to our words to use for letter. Roots to use later. Agang. I like that. Okay. flow. For some reason, I feel like this needs to be perfective. I don't know why. I usually don't do with perfective here. Earth, water, same way. Free, flow, perfective. I think maybe just because it's like something that happens for a little bit. Who might have 2 words for flow? What do you mean? Hold on. Let me go get the Ndăkaga. The epigene. That's abip. Gang. Gang. Jekid. She. Is Ndăkaga. Oh, stay in the font. And this is Earth flows like water. There we go. The dragons. Oh, to flow for water and to flow for air currents. That's a thought. This would definitely be flowing for water if we did do that distinction. I mean, we flow and blow, because, like, I think flow got applied to air and gases more after people realized that fluids all had some similar properties. But anyway, I think we're done here. Hold on. Yeah. Okay. So, thank you all for watching. This has been interesting here. I will take these and I will get them up on the Patreon for free again. I think we're going to be done with Draw Steel. We have gotten through. Let me take a quick look at my mouse. Yeah, so we have gotten We haven't even gotten through all of the first level abilities. Now, you don't get all of these things. You can't just get every spell. You choose like two. There's a lot of choose one, choose two, but we got through all the signature abilities and all of the 3 essence heroic abilities. For level 1, there's also 5 essence abilities that I haven't done. So I think that we're probably done with Draw Steel for now, but it's something I may return to in the future. Just because I kind of am enjoying it. And it has actually been giving me some ideas for Sylvan. And like how like Elementalists could also use Sylvan, because they can be a bit druid-like. Okay? But last thing, just going to remind you that there is the poll on the Patreon if you are a patron. And I am strongly encouraging people, let me pull that up, to come and vote on that, because I want to know what you guys think of the idea of switching from Coin A to just developing the Twilight dialects and using both of them. So, can I put a link? This will only work. I mean, if you're not a patron, you'll just have a sign up thing. But I'm just going to post a link to that poll, just to make it easy for people to check out right now. But you've got 3 weeks to put your votes in. I want to see what people think. All right. That's all. Thank you very much for watching. And happy conlanging.